Remington, what did you do? Not too long ago, I made a deep dish, Chicago-style pizza that you made and reviewed it.
So he pulled out that pizza and my God, is she looking gorgeous. Thick. 2 C's on that, slap them on.
If you're wondering how that was, you can go check that out after this video. But let's just say if I'm making it again, it wasn't too bad. You cannot be serious. Yes, today I will be making the Chicago style deep dish pizza and the deep dish meal prep that he just recently came out with that you can have for the entire week because it's Shredtober and I'm trying to lose these pounds, especially leading up to the holidays, which is the toughest part of the season to keep the weight off. I will be comparing and contrasting the two, and I will also let you know how the deep dish meal prep tastes. And you know I'm going to be making that homemade sauce again, and I'm going to show you just exactly how long it takes because it is literally a cinch. And I love using that word now since I said it in my last video. If you haven't seen me before, my name is Nick, or Exercise for Cheat Meals, where I do recipe reviews and make my own original anabolic recipes. So if you're interested in that, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and let's get into it. Yo.
Yo.
What's good?
What are you doing?
Honestly, I was just kind of thinking about getting shredded. What about you?
Just thinking about anabolic milkshakes.
Well, I think that kind of works out, right? Because I do have an anabolic milkshake.
And I have an ab workout.
I guess I would fit right into the plan of getting shredded. And that milkshake, you would be full literally all night.
Perfect.
All right, so I am going to go and make these deep dish Remington pizzas, and I suggest you try out that milkshake.
I'll do it.
All right, meet back up in a few days.
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
All right, mama.
All right.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
As I said earlier, I've already made the deep dish before, so I'm going to go ahead and make the dough because the dough takes about an hour, hour and a half to rise. So I'm gonna fast forward through this part until we get to the actual meal prep part of the video. Our pizza dough's in the microwave. I put it in there because it is a warm spot to rise, so we have an hour and a half. Let's make use of that time. First, I want to go back to this homemade sauce. In Remington's reaction video, he said, you know, I make it as easy as possible. You know, there are people that won't want to make it like that. It takes too long or extra calories or whatever. And I totally agree, which is why in that same video, he gave an option to use a pizza crust that's already made, but is much higher calorie. You have that option if you don't want to spend the time. And literally that took me 5 minutes, 7 minutes to make the dough. But I want to show you how long it actually takes to make this sauce. And it's not very long at all. And I actually calculated the calories, and the calories are almost the exact same. Each serving of this is 28 calories, where it's 30 on the label for the pizza sauce that Remington uses. So it is the same calories, but is much fresher. And I promise you, if you guys make it this way, it'll taste so much better. The sauce is a huge component. You're putting 64 grams of sauce on there. When everything's blended together, it's gonna taste that much better. So I'm going to time this to show you how long it takes, beginning right now. And I'm not going to sit here and trying to go as fast as I can to be like, oh my God, I could do it this fast. I'm gonna go at a regular pace. Now, have any of you ever opened a can like this? Because I did it for the first time the other day and I was pretty blown away because then I could just take the top off and I won't have to worry about anything else. I always have to dig my finger in here and like try to dig it out, but boom, it's like off. It's already ready to go. This is beautiful. Top's off. Now I'll fast forward through the rest of this. Oh, it is very important to note, I have to give credit where credit is due. This is Sam the Cooking Guy's recipe. If you've never seen Sam the Cooking Guy's recipes, they are unreal. Very good. At least one time a week he comes out with a recipe that I want to create. So you should definitely go check him out, subscribe to him, he is awesome. Done. So we gotta wait an hour, hour and a half anyway for this to rise. 5 minutes, 8 seconds. And if I would've went faster and tried to really hurry up, even washing my hands, that's all including the 5 minutes, it would have been like 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes. All I really have to do is give this a stir, and our sauce is ready to go. Now this is for both the deep dish and for the meal prep. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge. It'll thicken up just a little bit and really make all the flavors come together while we have to wait anyway. Now all the viewers out there, don't try to get it twisted. I am not hating on a Remington. Me and Remington actually talked a little bit. You know, everything's cool. We both want you to eat good food. We both want it to taste good for you. I can make it one way, he can make it another way. They're both gonna be very good, but I at least wanna give you options, and he wants to give you options. Our sauce is chilling. We are now going to make the crust. I already have the oven preheated. So I'm gonna start with the egg whites. I always use regular eggs and then break them down. From what I've seen, I can get 70 cents a dozen eggs and get hella egg whites out of it versus the egg whites that are like $4 a box. Way cheaper in my opinion. So I just do it this way. It takes an extra couple minutes, no big deal. I'm expecting this to be super simple. I mean, it's essentially just adding everything together, mixing it, putting it in the pans, and then putting it in the oven. I mean, can't get much easier than that. And then you add your sauce, your cheese, and your pepperoni on top. What can go wrong? All right, men and women alike, I have a question for you. What would you think about someone getting a polar bear or a bear rug for their room? Would it be like dope, or would it be like, why the fuck you got that in your room? You let me know in the comment section, because I'm trying to get the most opinions possible before my roommate buys a bear floor rug for his room. And just a little background, about 29 years old, living in Chicago, bachelor, doing his own thing with a bear rug in his room. Let me know.
That'd be huge to get the opinion of the people.
I don't trust it. I don't fucking trust it. All right, I'm about done here. It's taking me about 15 minutes to do this, so not too long when you're making what could be 7 meals for yourself. It seems like a lot of oregano. Like when you pour out dry oregano, 7 grams, just seems like a lot, but I'm gonna trust the process. Remington has put out many good things that I've tried, so we shall see. See if this is looking the same. I always try to compare it to the video to make sure it's looking the same. Yeah. And just so you know, I don't expect this deep dish to taste like a deep dish pizza. Like that's just unrealistic expectations. I just want it to taste good, fill me up, and be like a little filler in between my actual Chicago style deep dishes that I eat. All right, BRB. I've got all my trays set up, ready to go. I actually got these at Walmart. It was a 3-pack for 98 cents. So yeah, you're gonna have to invest a couple dollars into this to make them, but if the recipe is good, it's worth it, especially if you're gonna be losing weight. All good. Anything else that I use is in the link in the description below. I'm gonna turn the scale on, and there should be theoretically 162 grams in each one of these when you add up all the cheese and the seasonings and all that stuff. So I'm going to do 162 grams per tray. And every time I take out 162 grams, I'm going to tar it or reset it to 0 and then take out another 162 grams so I can remember 162 instead of having to do 162, then 324, and then 486. See what I'm saying? So let's get into it. 1, it does smell very good. He was right. As I'm pouring it, I'm smelling it and I'm getting hungry. 2, I'm at the end here. So at the end, I'm gonna use one of these like spatula thingies, and I'm just gonna take the rest out of here. And we should be at about 162. It looks like about the same amount. Let's see if I did it right. All right, so you know, there's some on my finger, some on the spatula. Grams add up very quickly, especially with cheese and stuff like that. This is 157, so I'm 5 grams off on the last one. It's really negligible, especially over the week. And if you're eating these all to yourself anyway, it's gonna end up working out. No big deal. I'm gonna spread this out now with the spatula, and I'm going to get a tray. We're ready to go. So I can only fit 6 on here. I'm gonna put the other one on the bottom rack. Make sure it's all cooked evenly. If not, I'll have to leave it in for a couple more minutes. No big deal. And some of the people in the comments were saying that he did this video like 3 years ago or 4 years ago and is just like remaking it. I see that as totally okay, especially if he changed something, but even if he didn't, video quality's gotten so much better, audio quality's gotten so much better. People didn't know him at that time, haven't seen that video, will probably never see that video unless he brings it back up and shows it again. His audience is probably, I don't know, 5 times, 10 times what it was then. I'll tell you what, in 3 years, I'm probably gonna come out with, or 2 years, or maybe next year, come out with another Reese's protein ice cream. And I think it's fair game to come out with it again because there's a lot of your new audience that hasn't seen it yet. 20 minutes, I'll be back. We'll top these, we'll put them in, and we are almost ready for the other deep dish. Every time I cook, as we get closer to eating, I get more excited. More and more and more excited. So I will see you in a bit. The crust is done, so we're gonna go tray by tray, fill it up with our sauce, cheese, and pepperoni, and then we're gonna throw it back in. And our dough has risen. Perfect timing. Now my pepperonis are a little bit different. I couldn't get the other brand, but these ones actually look better. And they tasted great in the deep dishes I actually made the other day. You know, I had to test out the food processor first. All right, our pizzas are ready to go. We're going in the oven another 15 minutes and we'll be back with the final product, as well as the Chicago style deep dish already done. Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes and counting.
15 seconds later.
All right, just pulled our meal prep deep dishes out. Our real deep dish is about to go in the oven once it's up to 425. This is looking beautiful. These are also looking beautiful. And it's almost time to eat. Hell yeah. It is now officially dark outside, but we have everything set up. We are ready to eat. I'm going to start with the meal prep deep dish since I know what that one tastes like. And I have a feeling that our real deep dish is gonna be better than this, but we shall see. Real quick, I'm not gonna break down the exact macros, but I know that this has about double the protein and it's only about 70 calories more. This is 320 calories. One slice of deep dish is 250. I'm going to eat half the deep dish right now, and then I'm going to also eat this, so it's gonna be about 800 calories. Tell me anywhere where you can eat half of a real deep dish pizza and a deep dish meal prep pizza. Probably not gonna happen. I'm just hoping that this is as good as it smells and looks. It looks like I might have bitten it, but I did not. I was pretend biting it for the Instagram picture, so. Yeah, it's steaming. I'm probably gonna burn my mouth today, but it comes with the territory. Instantly hit with a whole bunch of flavor. The oregano definitely stands out. I was afraid that it was going to be like overpowering though. Definitely not overpowering. If you're kind of sensitive to oregano, you could put about half of it in and you'd probably still get a pretty good taste, but it's a pretty powerful oregano taste here. You could taste that my sauce is in there, but it really like condensed down. I had a pretty thick layer. Really tasty nonetheless. And if you were to tell me that this was 300 calories, I'll tell you you were bullshitting me. It all really just blends together really well. It's almost like the crust like melts in your mouth kinda. And you also get the cheesiness with the pepperoni. And when you have the pepperoni separated right, you get a pepperoni in almost every bite. Deep dish time. I just had this a couple days ago. I think that these pepperonis are better. They're randomly at Walmart. Didn't have the other ones that everyone always gets, but I really have zero complaints. I think that has a little bit different of a taste. Of course, there's no crust, no breading, but this is just as good as I remember it. If you haven't tried the deep dish yet, you should 100% try the real Chicago style deep dish and get the pan that I use so you can make it a little higher. So it does go a little bit above everything, especially with the homemade sauce. The homemade sauce has like chunks in it and it would raise above the crust. Like you could see it's barely at the crust right now with it being higher. So make sure you do pile it a little bit higher on the sides so you can fit everything on the inside of the pizza. I should have cooked it for a little longer. I forgot. Instead of the 32 minutes that I did last time, I think I put it in there for 25 just now. I wish I had it a little bit more crisp, but it's pretty close. Like the top is crisp, but the actual crust on the bottom itself isn't. Simple solution to that is just cook it in the oven for longer. Honestly, if you eat this stuff, you will not feel like you're on a diet. It won't be like, oh, I gotta have some deep dish pizza. You could look forward to it. You know, if you are, let's say, a girl or you're lighter weight and your metabolism isn't as high, yeah, maybe you can only eat 2 pieces of the deep dish, but then you have 2 pieces for tomorrow night. And then you can make another deep dish and keep one dough in the fridge for 2 days later and then have it for 2 more days and have 4 days worth of food. As far as rating, you can't say a meal prep like this and a deep dish pizza without a crust is like a 9 or better. However, It's up there. I would definitely put it in the 8s. Yeah, I'm gonna go 8.4 here. Excellent meal prep. I probably need 2 of these at a time. My meals are more like 500 or 600 calories a piece. So I can fit 2 of these. Literally, I will be at 100 grams of protein, which would be absolutely ridiculous. So I don't really have to even eat protein for one of my meals, but well worth it. 640 calories. I'll be full. I'm already getting full and it's been 7 minutes I've been recording. And I still have to eat another slice of the deep dish. I'm going to be full at that point for 800 calories. I'm gonna eat again before the end of the night, have a birthday cake protein ice cream, and call it a night, and I'll be stuffed going to bed. I highly recommend you try this out. Remington, you did it again. I don't care how old the video is, or if you just remade it again. I didn't see it before, now I did. Now I'm reviewing it. 2 thumbs up, 100% would do it. Even just one of these, you're gonna get pretty full. This is also a great snack before the gym or before having to go do something that you're gonna be out for a few hours. Well worth the time, well worth the effort, which really isn't that much at the end of the day. I really do wanna make my own deep dish though in the future, but that's for later. Subscribe to the channel, like this video. If you wanna see more reviews like this, let me know. I'm trying to do more original recipes. If you want me to do like what I eat in a day or something else, let me know what you wanna see in the comments. I'm open to suggestions. I'm really trying to progress my channel as much as I can and wanna do the things that you guys want to see. So until next time, I will see you in that next one. Deuces.